Hi everybody, I'm Jones and welcome to my channel and another easy vegan recipe video. This week I'm making enchiladas and they're super easy to make, super delicious, and they are another one of my family favorites, so I think your family will enjoy them too. Or if you're just a single person or a couple, you can make a smaller batch or go ahead and make the big batch and have leftovers to eat throughout the week or put in the freezer for later. This is one of my favorite recipes because it uses so few ingredients and it's really easy to make, so especially on a busy weeknight when you get home from work and you don't want to put a whole lot of effort into cooking, this is a great recipe to try out. It uses only 5 ingredients for the basic recipe if you don't include oil, and there is a way to make it without oil, which I will discuss later. But I do use a few extra toppings in the end of this video just to kind of take it up a notch and turn it into more of a complete nutritious meal, and it just makes it extra delicious and extra special. Now the easiest way to make this is with a good old can of refried beans or dehydrated refried beans if you can find those. I really love those. They're super convenient, especially when I'm on the road traveling for work. All you do is add some hot water, but they are a little harder to find, so I won't recommend those here, but if you can find them, you should definitely give them a try. But I did not happen to have any refried beans on hand, so I'm going to make my own with a couple of cans of black beans. This is really easy to do, so if you just have canned beans in your pantry, you can make your own refried beans. It's super easy, and I will go through all the details of how you do that. And I also have another recipe that I did last year that was Cinco de Mayo inspired, because Cinco de Mayo is coming up, and I have a couple of recipes that are great for celebrations if you're having a little gathering, which I hope you will practice social distancing if you're having a gathering and being safe. But in any case, my mini vegan sopes are really great party food. They're like little finger foods and they're really easy to make, and they use the same recipe for the refried beans that I will be showing you in this video. I also have a video for some delicious vegan churros, which are also great for a party or just for a special treat. I will leave the links to those in the description box below and maybe also at the end of this video. You can also check out the recipes on my blog at Vegerarchy.com. Now before we get into the recipe, I just want to let you know that if you saw my last video, which was actually an archaeology vlog, so you may not have caught that one, but if you did, at the end of that video I discussed how I am going to be starting a new job in archaeology next week, and I'm going to be in the field and out of town, so I won't have as much time to be home cooking and filming videos and editing videos. So I'm going to try my best to put out a video every week, and a lot of those will be cooking, but some of them will be archaeology vlogs, or what I eat in a day as an archaeologist, or how I prep for a week in the field. So if you're interested in any of that, vegan cooking or archaeology or what I eat as an archaeologist, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I post a new video. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorite easy weeknight meal is, and maybe I can try a version of it myself to share with everyone. So without any further ado, let's make some enchiladas.
We're going to start making our refried beans by adding about a tablespoon of oil into a pan. I'm using coconut oil here, but you can use whatever you want. And then I added about 2 cloves of finely minced garlic and just let that saute until it starts to soften and get really fragrant. Then I added an entire can of beans with the juice. These are black beans, plus another can that I drained. And I like using this juice instead of water because it's a little thicker and just has that extra flavor from the beans in it. And then I just start smashing it with a spoon as it's cooking. This does take a while, but I'll show you a different option in a minute. And then in the end, I add some lime juice and a generous dash of salt. And just mix that in, and your refried beans are ready to go. So that was an easy way to make refried beans from canned beans, but you can also make your own beans in the Instant Pot. So I always start by rinsing my beans first and picking out any dried ones or half ones out of there. They just don't really cook very well. So you want to rinse them very thoroughly because there is a lot of dirt on them and sometimes even stones that you want to pick out. You can see the dirt coming out into my sink there. So really important to rinse your beans. And then I soak them overnight, which is ideal, but if you're short on time, you can cook them without doing that. And then I add several cloves of garlic and a chili, which is optional, but very good, and set my Instant Pot for 20 minutes. And when they're done cooking, I use an immersion blender to smash the beans, which I also could have done with those black beans I showed you previously, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. But it does work really well. And I did set some aside because I also like to eat whole beans, but I decided to add a few more to this mixture to make it a little thicker. It had a little too much juice left in there, but you just want to keep blending till you get the consistency you want. A really easy way to heat your tortillas is by wrapping them in a clean dishcloth and just heating them in the microwave for about a minute. This makes them just the right texture for rolling them up into our enchiladas. And I used about 9 tortillas here. Next, we're going to start with our enchilada sauce. So I use this salsa verde from Haugen. I really like the flavor of it. It's vegan and doesn't contain any MSG, which many enchilada sauces do. But again, you can use whatever kind you prefer. This is just what I like. So we're going to start by spreading about half a bottle into the bottom of a large baking pan or whatever size pan you're using. Just spread it out evenly, and then we're going to start filling our tortillas. So I just lay one in the sauce and put some beans in there. And then we're just going to roll that up. It's that easy. So you're just going to repeat this with all your tortillas until your pan is full. Then I like to pour a generous amount of the sauce over the top, and then I'm going to top this with some of this Daya cheese. This particular one is a blend of Jack and cheddar, and it is pretty tasty. But if you can't find this, you can use cheddar or Jack or whatever kind you can find. I really like the pepper jack flavor. And then this is an optional topping. I like to put some sliced black olives on mine. This is not one of the basic ingredients I talked about. This is an extra topping, but something that I really like. Then you're just going to bake that in a 375 Fahrenheit degree oven for about 20 minutes. I like to cover it with foil and then take the foil off and bake it for another 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure the cheese is all nice and melted. And I also made some guacamole to put on top. I have a recipe for this in my free ebook that I will leave a link for in the description box below. It's got some really great recipes, and this guacamole is the best. I love it, and it is in that ebook ready for you to download. So that's it. That is my easy vegan enchiladas. And you can see why I make them a lot on nights when I just don't have a lot of time or a lot of energy, because they're super easy to make. They only have a few ingredients, but they are super delicious and satisfying. And don't forget that guacamole. Make sure you download your copy of my free Easy Vegan Recipe book. You won't regret it. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and don't forget to leave me a comment. Especially if you try this, I would love to know what you think. You can also take a picture of it and tag me on Instagram. My handle is Vegerarchy. And don't forget to check out the Vegerarchy.com blog for this recipe and lots of other easy, delicious, and healthy vegan recipes. So that's it for this video. Until the next one, stay safe, eat well, and peace out. Bye!